listen. SB with the truth, it might pitch your mind. And JP hit you with reality all the time. The way to keep it all the way 100, it should be a crime. Sports, news, politics, on the show you will find. Conversation grown, opinions they not alone. Savannah be the home, they coming straight for your dome. It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.
What's up, Radio World? What's going on East Coast to the West Coast, all around the United States of America? It's the one and only Sean Brown Show with JP. Disgrace in the building. Yeah, that's right. It's a familiar face for those out in the radio world. Sean Brown back in the building, rocking with you guys one time. It's a Wednesday in studio. What's up, JP?
What's happening, big fella? Long time no see. What's going on?
I got, as they said, I was moved on up. I had to come back down for a little bit.
Damn! Man, he said he came back down.
Yeah.
Man.
Different format.
Listen, can't hide money, bro.
Different format.
Can't hide money.
For those folks that are wondering where I'm at and you're watching the video, if you can figure out what that says, you can find me.
Sean Brown Show with JP is brought to you by Chapstick.
Having a good time, man. What's been going on?
Bro, nothing, bro. I'm stupid tired, dude. I'm so tired. I should have went to sleep on that game, but I couldn't.
What game are you talking about?
Man, that Cubs-Rockies game. Now, if that don't get replayed about 1,000 times over the summer, over the winter, I don't know. That was an instant classic game. Instant classic.
So what happened?
Man, listen, it was basically a battle of attrition if you really think about it. The Rockies score first in the first inning, and then they go 8 solid without giving up a run. I mean, I don't know who's Colorado's pitcher was. I don't even know. But he pitched an epic game, basically. He had the run support with the 1 run in the first inning, but then just a little bit of a slip-up by the bullpen gave Javier Baez the chance to drive in that tying run. And then after that, it was just classic. Eep. Yeah, it was absolute classic. I haven't seen a game that good since, wow, it's been a long time. It's been a really long time since I've seen a game that good. But, yeah, so shout out to Colorado making the NL Division Series. And tough break for Chicago, man. If we think about it, Disgrace, while we were here, we were talking about that NL Central. The Cubs held a steady lead at one point, about 5 or 6 games.
Yep.
At one point, going into middle of August into September, and I don't know, just collapsed at the end of middle of September to the end, put them in a wild card situation, 163rd game situation, and 2 straight losses send them home. So it's
that's a shame.
Yeah. For somebody who held the lead, a division lead as big as they did, to be eliminated so quickly, it's rough, but it happens.
It is true. It's usually what happens. It's one of those situations where, you got to adjust. That's all.
I don't know how much more you can adjust. Chicago had a stranglehold on the division at one point, and we were in here saying, well, Chicago's going to get their spot in the playoffs with no problem. And then it ends up they have to play a 163rd game to even get into the playoff, and they win.
The beauty of the wild card, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, we don't have to worry about that because we're going to win.
Y'all play tonight, right?
Yes, we do.
Who do y'all play tonight?
Oakland.
So when we say y'all, who are we talking about?
The New York Yankees.
Yankees play tonight in New York?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yankee Stadium going down tonight. What time?
8:08 Eastern Standard Time, ladies and gentlemen.
8:08. Shout out to Kanye.
There you go. No. Shouts out to Kanye.
I think you got hit a nerve there.
No.
Strike a nerve.
Do you know this man is trying to abolish the amendment that abolished slavery? Did you hear about that?
Still made the album 808s and Heartbreaks. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that was when he was in his right mind and sane.
And who's actually going to listen to Kanye?
Amen.
Listen. Look, there's some people. Never mind. Move on.
I'm just saying.
My email is full. I don't need it anymore.
JP says it's too early for politics.
Yeah, so this Sunday, I don't know if you guys knew about it, but this Sunday was the Maze Frankie Beverly concert here in Savannah.
Yes.
Boy, it went down.
Oh, I was in there for a little bit.
I was in there for the whole concert.
I was in there for a little bit.
It was absolutely outstanding. Miles J opened the show. Huggy Lowdown was the comedian on deck. Man, Frankie Beverly at age 72
he's
is
still
still
smashing.
doing it.
Still smashing. That band was off the chain.
Yeah, Mays was incredibly locked in. Their lead guitar player from California, probably youngest one in the
Yes.
band. Buddy is just ridiculous.
His name's
Absolutely
Juno or
ridiculous.
something like that.
But yeah, it was a very, very good concert. My first time getting to see Mays Frankie Beverly ever. So bucket list checked off for me. I had a great time, and hopefully they come back to Savannah soon, man. I had a great time. Ricky, Bobby, Ronnie, and Mike's this weekend, though.
Yes, it is.
You going?
Yep.
I'm not.
How do you wait a minute? How do you go to Frankie Beverly and Mays, but you're not going to Ronnie Bobby Ricky?
Because
Bobby, Ricky,
it's two different crowds.
huh?
It's two different crowds. Would you
What?
like me to explain?
80s, early 90s?
Nope. Two different crowds. Ever since now, had they said Ricky, Bobby, Ronnie, and Mike before the New Edition movie came out and the Bobby Brown movie came out, I would go. But now you're gonna have a bunch of kids who really know nothing about their music, which means all the kids in this area equals trouble.
What does that have to do with anything? I'll go in there and enjoy the music.
Man, when I say Mays and Frankie Beverly was grown folks,
Oh, yeah, that's what it was, because that was 80s.
it was deacons and mothers and first ladies, and they all had the snapbacks on with the open back and all white. By the way, one of the guys that was hosting the joint showed up in all white with black socks, though. That kind of threw me for a loop, man. That
All white with black socks?
That hurt my soul on a Sunday.
Did he have the barbecue fives on?
Man, it would no. He had like those old hiking sneakers on.
Like New Balances?
No, like the old Mountain
That's what I
West
was
sneakers.
Mountain West
Yeah,
sneakers?
Mountain West, a company called Mountain West that made hiking shoes.
That's the company name, Mountain West?
He looked like he came out straight off of a special op group
He had
to the
some-
concert.
He had some one of those. What are those?
So I mean, I'm sure Ricky, Bobby, Ronnie, and Mike is selling great. It's just not. I'm not trying to go see it. If not, I'm sorry.
I'm there for the party.
I'm sure it's going to be a great show. I think Red is going to go. So
Listen, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike is a staple in
who is it?
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Ricky,
you
Bobby,
doing
Ronnie, and
over
Mike.
No.
The title of the concert: Ricky, Bobby, Ronnie, and Mike.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike.
I
Look it
keep
up on
hearing
Facebook.
Ricky Bobby over here.
Thank you.
I'm
That's
Ricky
thinking
Bobby.
Ronnie,
Talladega Nights.
Bobby, Ricky, Mike.
If you're not first, you're last.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike.
If you're not first, you're last.
Right.
Oh, whatever. So, Disgrace, how you doing, bro?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good week thus far.
Yeah.
No bad surprises.
Bad surprises.
Not yet.
Benjamin, if you
Hey,
backstage
don't
pimping, you better
don't
come holler
curse
at
it
me.
like that. My man put a yet at the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween time, man. I tell you what, I got some ideas that I want to do for Halloween. I put it on Facebook the other day.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm
yeah.
gonna crank the driveway for Halloween for trick or treating.
Really?
That'd
yeah.
be sick.
I'm gonna set my DDJ 1000s up, put the speakers out,
Oh,
subwoofer
yeah,
out,
I did see you
and
put a
crank
post up about that.
the trick or treat. That way, not only is it gonna kind of give a fun environment for the neighborhood, but people are gonna hear it driving through, and they're probably gonna slow down because in my neighborhood, it's the freaking Indy 500 during trick or treating.
If you do that, you better have like trash cans full of candy ready for these kids, man. Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
I'm gonna have a
huge
tip jar
amount,
for their
like-
parents. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
have.
Yep. Yeah. Right next to
Yeah,
Thank you, Ben
I got to
Adams.
figure out what I'm
Appreciate
gonna do candy wise. We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. By the way, it's in the Village by behind Publix on Abercorn, folks.
Sean's going as Megamind for Halloween.
there it is.
Oh, the Kawhi Leonard laugh. That's good. That's
One
good.
of our favorite sound bites now.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So let's talk basketball, man,
Yeah,
Yeah.
bros.
because it's back
It is.
and college basketball is about to crank up.
Oh, yes. First day of practice at Duke University.
But first, let's talk about how LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers and went to another Cleveland Cavaliers.
Elaborate.
Wait, what? Yes, please.
They're
Explain.
still not winning.
It's the preseason. Come on, man.
Winning is
It-
a W is a W and L is an
These
L.
games
The
do
Lakers are
not
still not winning.
count. These
Granted,
games do
LeBron
not
is only
count.
playing like 15 minutes,
Thank
but
you.
still,
These games do not count.
I'm just saying. I smell waffles.
Could be worse.
I'm just saying. Wait a minute.
Blue waffles.
Whoa.
Oh.
I don't. I
If
mean,
you
do
don't know what it is, Google it.
Do you see
Google
the
it.
Lakers winning 60 games,
Ooh, no,
50 games,
maybe.
40 games,
Yes.
45 games?
Yes.
In the West?
Yes.
Did you see the Rockets?
I did.
The Rockets look good.
Carmelo looks
Will
really
Melo
good.
hold up? Is the question.
Where was this Melo at 4 years ago, though?
Watching Power.
Punk. Watching Power. Stupid. Hey, you ain't throwing no shade today, bro.
No, it's not shade at all. He was watching Power.
I was watching it too.
Everybody was watching Power.
That is correct. Lala, how you doing?
TMZ, World Star, Media Takeout. Everybody was watching Power that day.
Yes, sir.
Lala Anthony bears it all on Power. How does
Yes.
Carmelo feel?
Does it matter?
My wife
Your fault.
and kids.
Your fault.
Having a good
What's
time, man. So
going
check
on?
it out.
Yes,
This
sir.
while you're looking all that stuff up, I'll be speaking down in Tampa, Florida, in about 2 weeks.
Hey.
It's gonna be a good time. Speaking for a Dining in the Dark fundraiser for Southeastern Guide Dogs. I know y'all haven't shouted out Southeastern Guide Dogs in a
Man,
while.
I was thinking about that last
So
night.
big ups to Southeastern Guide Dogs down in Tampa, Florida, doing big things for service connected veterans and the visually impaired. I'm going to speak at a Dining in the Dark event where you eat your entree with like you're blind essentially.
Right.
And then I'm speaking on behalf of veterans that are blind in another way or in darkness. There's flight after a while, so she was nervous. But I got a plan for that this time. We're ready.
Gotcha.
And
You
no,
know,
we're not
it's-
going to do like horses and parades and have a poop bag
Boy, I
behind
was
her.
just
No.
about to say.
We're going to, I read his mind, by the way.
Yeah, you can put that old Kroger bag in the back right
No,
there.
that's not going to happen. We'll be good. We'll be good.
On another note, I noticed Southeastern Guide Dogs put out a little animation.
They did. I got to check it out. It comes out, I think
It's
it releases next week or something like that.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. You didn't see it, did you, JP?
No, I didn't even know they put out an animation. I'm sorry.
It's on their post.
There are pictures on our
I
screen.
don't follow them though. That's the
Why
the
not?
problem.
Why don't you follow
That's the
Southeastern
problem.
Guide Dogs?
I don't know.
You're a bad social media person.
Again, their pictures.
Whatever.
We support them on our stream.
Absolutely, we do support them, and their cause is wonderful for veterans and everything. Like you said before, I don't know. I don't know why I don't follow them.
Show them some love.
I'll follow them once the show is over.
Make a
I'll
pledge
make
today.
Yeah, donate to Southeastern Guide Dogs today, JP, on behalf of JP.
I'll donate if you
Help
donate.
save a life.
Disgrace.
We'll put it together. How
We'll
about
put
all
it
three
together.
of us? We'll throw a little donation their way.
Yeah, but
going
we're
to
donating
speak-
towards him.
No, I've already got my service dog. It goes to help to keep the program going. Everything they do is by donation only. So anything you give, I just gave back earlier this week. So
Yeah, here,
anything
we'll
you
all three throw in. And
anything
then
you
anyone
give
else?
back helps to take care of the dogs. There's a vet office on campus. It's everything. Genetics, all of that is done on campus. It's a 33-acre campus. If you ever get down to Tampa, go check them out. It's
Definitely.
really
That's
impressive.
Sweet.
So shouts out to the team over on Mall Boulevard at Dick Broadcasting.
Hey.
What's up, Mia, Stacy, Brady, and everybody? Hey, guys. I know you're going to watch this.
Oh, Sean's on today. We better tune in.
Shameless plug Wednesday.
It's not a shameless plug. If it was a shameless plug, I'd say tune in to the throwback station, G100.1.
Hey, there it is.
Hot 98.3 is doing big things in Savannah, man. Check out the new stations that are in Savannah. If you guys are local, once we're not on the air anymore, obviously tune in to your FM side. Check out G100.1 FM. Hot 98.3, Bob 106.9 if you're looking for country. Definitely Rock 106.1 with the work release program. We're doing big things over there, and we need you guys to join with us as we look to do some big, major things in the local area for Savannah and the Low Country. It's going to be a good time. What?
Now that song's going to be stuck in my head all day. Thank you, JP.
Oh, turning out the Bob? Yeah.
Yeah, turn on the Bob.
Do they still run that one?
I don't know.
Sometimes.
Sometimes they do still run that?
Sometimes.
I feel like I was listening to that one as a kid. Like, they've been doing that for forever.
And then we've got the good morning shows, too.
Yeah.
We've got Bob and Hunter and Leslie on Bob 106.9 in the mornings, the country station. They're actually really funny. You got Jared and Katie, who, if you follow them on Hot 98.3, they actually follow you back on Instagram. It's kind of cool.
Dope.
And then, of course, Brooke and Jubal on G100.
Brooke and Jubal.
And then, of course, once we get off the air,
Second
you get to go
funniest.
join Mia on G100 for middays,
Hey, there you
2 to
go.
5. So
I think Brooke and Jubal is the second funniest morning show out right now.
who's the first funniest?
I can't plug them right now.
Why?
Not even going to plug us?
Because
They're not with
we're
DBC.
not a morning show, sir.
Kind of.
Yeah, so you can really say it. But if they're not with DBC, I'm going to say something bad.
Okay, see, they're not with DBC.
No, you can say it.
Oh,
Ricky Smiley?
yes.
Duh. It's the urban market.
Yes. Ricky Smiley's
Urban
already
market.
got the funniest. Yeah.
So if you didn't know, Georgia Southern got their money's worth out of Savannah State volleyball last night at Savannah State. We'll talk about that and more. This is the Sean Brown Show. Coming up. Stay tuned, folks.
What they Sean Brown Show with JP live in the building. Savannah, Georgia. JP in the building. Disgrace on the ones and twos. Plus equals 3 times equals 2. And Sean Brown's here. Ladies and gentlemen. Plus equals 3 times equals 2. Ones and twos. 1 and 2 is 3 if you add. 1 times 2 is 2 if you multiply. Are you with us, Sean? You here? You sure?
I'm going to let it go.
Don't let it go. Speak your mind, sir.
Nope, I'm going to let
Come
it go.
on.
Let it go.
I already speak in the mic enough.
Come on.
Pause.
Pause. Pause.
Oh.
Speaking of speakingthemic.com, make sure you guys go check us out. If you guys need DJs, hosts, MCs, I'm actually just got booked to do an intro at an event. Can't say where and when yet because it's a surprise. But it's in November, and it's at the convention center. I just can't say what the event is because it's a surprise. So, yeah.
Dine yourself to death.
No, it's
.com.
cool. It's cool. I'm looking forward to it. I get to do one of those and now kind of things. So, yeah.
Good place for those of you that can't catch us live here at lunchtime to catch all of our recorded shows.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Facebook Live and YouTube.
Press play on the reel to reel.
There you go. What you know about that?
You've seen my dad's reel to reel.
What you know about reel to reel, man?
You've seen my dad's reel to
I
reel.
have seen it, but what you know about it?
My dad had a.
All three of us here are
My
old
dad had a
enough
reel to reel.
remember
You've seen my dad's reel to
reel-to-reels.
reel.
Some older than others.
I'm only 32. My dad had a reel to reel. Has a reel to reel.
You and I are
He
like the
still
same
owns
age
it.
by like a month difference.
It
You can
doesn't
shut
matter.
up
You're
over there.
still older than me. Still older than me. Anyway.
So did you guys see over the weekend? And I know we had another topic to talk about. Did you see over the weekend Savannah State Bands has gone viral?
Ooh, really?
The proposal that went down
Oh,
in the
yes,
middle of our
I did
halftime
hear
show
about
on
that.
on Saturday.
What happened?
We had a marriage proposal in the middle of the halftime
Yes.
show.
Oh,
I
awesome.
did
It was
hear
great. I came in at like 2:00 and I had to completely make up the entire proposal.
Really?
Because I narrated it while it happened on the field. So it was kind of like one of those things like, You know, he was the drum major, and she was the captain of the dance line.
Hey.
And it was actually a lot of fun. So big shouts out to Dendrick Tanner and their future Mrs. Dendrick Tanner, Shire Green, former bandsman.
Yes. Big ups to
Doing
you
big
guys.
things.
Happy marriage.
Yes.
Make it last forever.
Make it last forever. Okay, go ahead.
So you guys.
Somebody
here-
else at home sang that, by the way.
Right.
I'm telling you, somebody sang that as soon as they heard it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hopefully nobody's wrapped around a pole by taking their hands off the steering wheel. And just anyway, so NFL news: 2 big returns coming up in the next 3 weeks.
Is it Brett Favre?
No, sir.
Peyton Manning?
Wrangler jeans head. No.
Wrangler
Jerry
jeans
Rice,
head.
since he's got his new gold band compression sleeves.
Oh man. What are the things called?
Copper tone.
Copper tone.
The
No,
new
copper tone was a headlights.
Soak and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and we ingest.
But y'all
that
still
stuff.
drink it.
Yeah, that's
Toothpaste
true.
too.
Yeah, real talk.
Any mild abrasive.
Wow, mild abrasive.
Yes, sir.
Good job, buddy.
It's very top 40 of them.
That
to say that.
Calvary education's coming out.
Very top 40 to say that.
So, what do you think about Edelman coming back? Patriots are 2-2 right now.
The Patriots are still terrible.
Huh?
Really? You lost to the Lions.
And
Terrible. That's almost as bad as losing to the Browns. You lost to the
no.
Lions.
No.
Hey,
Back up.
Hey,
And the Browns aren't
Back
going to
up.
have a bad year.
Thank
I'm going
you.
to say it. The
Thank
Browns aren't
you.
going to. I'm talking about last year's
Are they
Browns.
1-2-1 right now?
The
One-
Steelers are 1-2-1, third in the AFC North. But the Browns
I think that's going to
tied
change.
the Steelers. Remember, first game of the season.
Yes, they did.
So, you know, and the Browns have
They
won a
lost.
game. The Browns
Yeah.
have the same record
Lost
as the
the same.
Steelers.
1-2-1. Yeah.
1-2-1.
They're both tied for third in the AFC North.
I
Now,
still
what is
think
this about the
this-
Patriots being
Because I mean,
competitive?
Okay, who's our primary deep ball threat?
Gronk,
No, deep ball threat.
Gronk,
No,
Gronk,
no.
Gronk.
Gronk is not our deep ball threat.
My point exactly. You don't have a deep ball threat. Gronk,
Julian Edelman was our deep
well,
ball
now
threat.
he is, but Gronk has been your
But
deep
look at
ball
what
threat for
happens
3
when
games.
you don't have him.
Sorry, 4
You're
games.
2-2. So what's going to happen when you come back? You get that deep ball threat back. You got a running game. You got Gronk. Gronk giving you short 15 to 20 yard passes, and plus you can. It takes almost a Mack truck to bring him down to do so big. Now you're even everywhere. I guarantee you, New England wins their next 3 games.
Touche. We'll see.
I put it to you.
Wait. What's the schedule for the New England for the next 3 games?
Yeah, that could change this
They
guarantee.
have.
Patriots fan, JP.
I think I was just talking about it yesterday.
Drum roll,
Patriots
please.
have Indianapolis on Sunday. Oh, who do they have next?
You got the Colts Sunday,
Yeah.
Chiefs week after that, and the Bears the week after that.
Oh, that Chiefs game is gonna be good. That's gonna be a good game. Actually, no, it's not. 'Cause the Patriots gonna win because the Chiefs have 0 defense.
Yeah, but you got to get past the Colts first. The Colts playing good ball right now.
they're playing okay ball.
The Colts beat the Redskins. They're playing good ball right now.
What's the
Look at
record?
the headline: Gronkowski, Edelman, Kamalo has been elusive for Patriots. Why? Because Edelman hasn't been there,
We'll see.
but now he's here.
We shall.
We
see.
live in the building, baby.
We shall.
Yeah,
see.
next 3 games they win.
So
They're gonna give Kansas City their first loss. Bank on it.
Okay.
Kansas City has 0 defense. 0. They give up 400. If I read the quote correctly, they give up about 480 something yards of total offense every game. That is worst in the NFL. No defense.
Okay.
And as we all know, playing sports growing up, defense wins games.
Okay. So
And also championships.
the biggest topic right now in the NFL is Kirk Cousins a bust, or is the Vikings defense just that bad?
The Vikings defense is just that bad.
I would agree.
It's terrible.
I mean, Kirk Cousins, you like that. He can do things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you like that. Remember that last year? You like that.
Like that.
You like that. Take that. Take that.
Take
No, I mean, it's one of those things. The NFL's been exciting this year, unlike college football, unfortunately.
College
Because-
football has been exciting.
No, Alabama has drug all the excitement out of college
Yeah,
football.
but who would have thought the University of Kentucky would be number 17 in the country right now?
Who would have thought Virginia Tech would be 24 just because we lost to a perfect ODU team? ODU played a perfect game, and we dropped out of the top 25. Now we're back to 24 because we beat Duke.
Yeah, but Duke was ranked. That's what put you up.
He missed the entire point there.
Oh, no, I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it at all. You lost to ODU.
Mm-hmm.
Unranked ODU.
ODU played a perfect game.
Right. So that would drop you out of the 25 for losing to an unranked team, correct? So at that point, you were unranked when you played ranked Duke, right?
Okay.
So that would drop Duke and push y'all up, right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I give you that.
Simple mathematics.
Same person that won at Northwestern to be in the college football championship last year.
I just love that I got 2 teams in
Northwestern?
the top 5.
Remember
right
that top
I
4 argument you had? Because they were like 11-1 like everybody else, but they hadn't played anybody.
I wanted Northwestern to be in the net. Come on, that don't even sound right.
Evans Davis, when you see this, text JP.
I'm going back in the archives to see if I said that. I don't remember saying anything about Northwestern. Now, if you just said Central Florida, that'd have been different.
No, it was like Northwestern or somebody.
I don't know about Northwestern, bro.
Now, see, now I'm glad you say that. If you look at ODU's schedule, ODU doesn't have an easy schedule technically. FIU, Virginia Tech, they lost to East Carolina by 2
Right.
this past weekend.
They're
ODU's
legit-
not a
none of their
bad
games-
team.
None of their games have been bad except Liberty.
Liberty put it on them.
Drug them. Good Lord.
But they've played decent teams. Maybe not ranked teams, but good mid-major squads ODU has played. So I'm not going to say they were a bad team. They just had a great game to beat Virginia Tech that day. But I'm not too worried about the rest of the season. We got Notre Dame. We got a big matchup against Notre Dame this
y'all
Saturday.
will lose that one.
Looking forward to that one
Y'all gonna
because it's
lose
going to be a
Notre Dame,
good
I'm
game.
sorry.
If we had,
Even though Virginia Tech is one of the hardest places to play in the country, Notre Dame is
it's
legit.
at Lane Stadium, and you say Notre Dame's going to beat us.
No, it's not at Lane Stadium. It's at Virginia Tech. Or is Virginia Tech called Lane Stadium? Yes, they're going to beat y'all, yes. Like I see, you avoided me from my point because I said Notre Dame's going to win, although Virginia Tech is one of the toughest places to play in the country. Ain't that what I said? Disgrace?
For the record, ladies and gentlemen, Lane Stadium is on the campus of Virginia Tech.
I wouldn't know that because I'm not a fan.
Every
But I
person,
believe-
in,
but I
everybody
believe I
in
did-
college football knows Lane Stadium is Virginia Tech. There's like 5 stadiums that when you say the name, everybody knows where it is. The Swamp?
Florida.
No.
The Swamp is
LSU.
Florida.
DC.
LSU?
No, sir. The Gators?
No.
The Swamp.
LSU.
No. LSU is Death Valley, I think.
I'm pretty sure Death Valley is Clemson.
Death Valley is Clemson, but there's 2 Death Valleys. Look it up, please. The Swamp is Florida, ladies and gentlemen. I know that for sure.
Okay, next topic. Go ahead.
Moving forward.
Jesus Christ. But like I was saying, Notre Dame's going to win despite Virginia Tech being one of the toughest places to play in the country. That was my initial thought until he sat there and said what he said. But you got Notre Dame, North Carolina, you should win. Georgia Tech, you should win. BC, you should win. Golly, you guys schedule a week. Good gracious.
Whose schedule's weak?
Y'all.
Virginia Tech?
Yes. The only
It's the
other,
ACC schedule.
The only other major test you have is
It's
Miami.
Miami.
That's it.
I've said from the beginning of the season,
What's
we
your
just have to get past
non-conference
Miami.
schedule? Good Lord. Florida State bust. They're
We
horrible.
beat them 24-3.
They are horrible this year. That is not going to go anywhere towards your debate in being in a college football playoff if you win out. Because look at where Florida State is at now.
What is their rank right now?
Florida State is 19.
Are they 19th? Really?
Really?
No, they were 19th at the time. Florida State is unranked, 3-2.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's not going to go anywhere towards the college football playoff push if you win out. So that game doesn't matter. And then you got Miami.
You're right, by the way. The Swamp
Of
is
course
Florida.
I was
The
right.
Swamp is Florida. Touche. But Death Valley is definitely LSU and mostly Clemson, though. Since they're the national champions, they are, Death Valley.
God.
Why is this over my head? So what's up?
Nothing, man. I wanted to talk Le'Veon Bell. What do y'all think? He comes back in week 7, which is a bye week for Pittsburgh. I don't think they should bring him back, to be honest with you. If
Why is
we
that?
have to suffer, because you made us suffer through the season, not knowing what you're holding out, blah, 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 and now all of a sudden you want to come back in the no,
Does
that's
a player
like
not have the right to stand up for his own self?
he does. However, I mean, what's the big controversy here with Le'Veon Bell? He's just holding out for money, which everybody
trying
else
to get
is
his
doing.
he's trying to get paid like
Okay,
everybody else is.
Earl Thomas did the same thing, but at least he played.
Yeah, but why would you? Okay, Le'Veon Bell said, "I'm not going to play until you pay me what I'm worth." Right?
Okay. He also said
Earl Thomas played. He kind of played the 50-50 ball, because if you're playing, well, you're still playing while I'm paying you this, so why do I got to pay you more? You're still playing at the rate that I was giving you.
Well, he's injured now, so it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
But what I'm saying is, Le'Veon Bell, of course, you got the right to say, well, such and such is getting paid this because he's a top running back in the league, but I think I'm a top running back in the league too, so I should get paid this. As we said before, Pittsburgh is 1-2-1. You're not coming back till week 7.
Okay.
By the time you come back, your team might not even came back Sunday.
All right then.
There might be talks in the works.
It's a politics game, man. It's all about politics. It's business.
Listen,
At the end of the day, the NFL is a privately owned business.
And this is why I like
that
college.
is correct.
This is why I like college football better than
Oh, that's
pro
even more of a
sports.
business.
Yeah, but at least them players put the jersey on for the right to play for that school, and they're not thinking about self.
They're thinking about their scholarships.
They're thinking about their future in the NFL, maybe.
True, but you ain't got to worry about getting no paycheck. When was the last time you saw a professional football player lose a divisional playoff and cry? It's been a while, hasn't it? When was the last time you saw? Did you see Georgia 4 years ago when they lost the SEC championship to Alabama? Tears, especially for their senior quarterback. Seniors,
Because for them, there's no future. For these guys, they know, okay, we can just turn around and go at it again next year. You don't see freshmen crying.
Wait. Perfect example. Last year when they lost the national championship, did you see Nick Chubb, Sony Michel on that sideline? Tears. There was a future for them. They're in the NFL right now. But there is something about
But that was their last game as a Georgia Bulldog.
Right.
These guys will always turn. Ben Roethlisberger, last season, at the end of the day, the last game was over. He said, okay, I'm going on vacation. I got to check back in for training camp in 3 weeks.
This is why I say college is better. Well, for seniors, that last game in your senior season, you will never put that jersey on again, especially if you stay for 4 years. That's why I think kids should stay for 4 years in basketball. Once you leave that school, you never put that jersey on again. You can never represent that school unless you're like an alumni and you graduate or they bring you back for like practices or something like that. But you'll never represent that school as far as an athletic prowess is concerned. So it means more because you can sit there in the pros and put a New England Patriots jersey on and go 5-12. But guess what? You put the same jersey on next year and go 16-1.
I hear your argument.
College means way more to me if I was an athlete.
College is more about the experience. When you get to the NFL, it's their career.
Yeah, exactly.
It's two different things.
That's exactly what it is. But I think emotionally it means more in college than it does in the pro.
College games typically are more entertaining. I have to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Like they do seem to work harder. You see a lot more of the crazy plays and stuff like that
And
in
bro,
college.
the breakdown last year of these top 4 teams in this for college football playoff, everybody was watching when they put them Final Four teams in. Like that was probably one of the most highest rated college football playoff releases ever. Because for one, you had Georgia, you had Ohio State was in it last year, correct? You had Alabama, of course, and then the big thing was Alabama even going to make it? Because they didn't make their SEC championship. So
there was the controversy of whether they should have been in there because they lost the championship.
Right.
That was a big controversy. But yeah, okay.
yeah, that's just me. I like college sports way better.
Speaking
Football and basketball.
Okay. Well, that's good.
The baseball too, actually. I like college baseball.
Bananas baseball over college baseball. It is college baseball. It's the Sean Brown Show. We'll be back. It's WQTS.
Sean Brown Show with JP Live. It is Wednesday, October the 3rd, I believe. It is the 3rd, correct?
Halloween month.
Halloween month. All the ugly people come out. Hello, Sean. Appreciate everybody watching. SpeakingToMike.com, Facebook Live, YouTube, the TuneIn app, WQTS Digital Broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As you guys can see, if you are streaming on YouTube or Facebook Live, the man is back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Brown is here. Oh, my God. What was that?
Hey, man. It's,
The bottom of your beard looks like a
I started
pitchfork,
No
sir.
Shave November in October, so there's no shaving happening
The
for
bottom
me.
of your beard looks like a pitchfork. Dude.
I start early. I'm light-skinned. I start early, so I have a head start.
He is light-skinned, ladies and gentlemen. See, I'm light-skinned, too. I was looking like a
We got
slave
like
on
40
Monday.
lights in here. We're only using 2 of them, though.
True.
We're conserving energy.
I pay for it.
Really?
We're conserving your wallet then.
Okay. So, I think we've covered sports.
Mm-hmm.
We
We've
have.
covered jokes.
We have.
So now,
Uh-oh.
our resident politician over there to my left.
I was about to say, Ben's here?
No. Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh yeah.
Still in the news, of course, as we know.
Stutter.
Yeah. Now, all of this is just malarkey.
I can tell you.
That's an old school word.
Haberdasheries
right there.
and
Malarkey.
hemoglobins.
Not a haberdashery. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
Haberdasheries.
What's getting stuffed?
Too many jokes there. Let's leave that alone.
Insert own joke here. Please do not write the Sean Brown Show. I'm
Goodness.
just saying.
Did you see the Samuel L. Jackson clip where
Oh.
they mashed Pulp Fiction and Brett Kavanaugh's testimony together?
I died.
Absolutely. So your name's Brett, huh? Ah. It was great. It was great.
So I mean, you haven't been here for most of our discussion, Sean. I mean, what are your views on this whole Kavanaugh situation? And then I'm gonna ask you another question because, golly,
Ooh.
you just ain't here. You just, so much conversation could be had on these issues in the last month.
So, all right. So we'll start with Brett Kavanaugh.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just my personal opinion, not the opinion of the Sean Brown Show, WQTS, or Dick Broadcasting at all. Had to put that out there. Disclaimer. Got to pull the hat low Jay-Z style for this one. So,
God.
okay. So, yeah. No. So, like, I was on the whole thing of it's amazing how it's 35 years later and all of a sudden all this comes out. I watched the testimony. I saw him borderline in tears for an hour, saying he never blacked out drunk. He's never done this, never done that. And then, was it yesterday, day before that? A classmate from college comes out and says, yeah, this dude was the biggest drunk in the whole campus. Summarizing. So if that's the case, if you're lying about that, that means you're lying about something else. You lie about one thing, you lie about something
Yeah,
else.
but how do we know this dude that came out and said, yeah, he was the drunk, isn't lying?
This is true too.
What cause does he have this conference saying this man is lying? Now he didn't say he lied about the young lady or whatever the situation was. He
He just lied
specifically
about
said
saying he wasn't
you
a
lied.
drunk.
You got up in there and you said, oh, I've never blacked out drunk. First of all, and I hate to use catway. First of all, Bibo, there is not one person on this planet that drinks that has not blacked out from drinking. It's just not. JP,
I've done it.
Drew,
Yeah.
I have too in college. I remember I had to
Drew
be
did
carried up the
yesterday.
stairs. So
There's a reason Drew doesn't drink anymore.
like my thing is if you're gonna at least say you drink, and yes I may have blacked out. Who hasn't blacked out? But to get up there, I've never blacked out in my life. I have never blacked
Yeah,
out
that's
from
hard
being
to
drunk.
believe.
yeah.
And
Unless
you
you're
went
like-
to Yale.
Even preachers have blacked out because they weren't always saved. Just saying.
I'm sure somewhere that's true.
I'm leaving that one alone.
I don't. Look, I'm not leaving it alone. You show me a preacher that has never had a past life, I'll give you all the money in my bank account.
I'm trying not to be petty.
All
today.
$3.
All $3.
But yeah, I think the Brett Kavanaugh situation has taken an interesting twist. We'll see what happens with it now. I think they're making a vote officially.
Well, the
other
vote
day.
is coming up. Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be interesting. I'm
Yeah,
staying
listen,
tuned to it. I kind of keep my opinion out of it outside of what I just said. But the facts, I like to stick with the facts. I don't want to take a media spin. I want to know the facts.
I look at it this way. As our old boy Evans Davis used to say when he was here, people are fickle.
Yeah.
People are very, very fickle. They will bring up grudges. Now, who's to say Kavanaugh didn't have a grudge with this dude in high school?
It's college.
Then,
But
well,
no,
college,
he said he was friend. No, and he flat out said he was like, we've been friends to this day. Probably not after this press conference, but we've been friends to this day.
Right.
So what motive does he have to come out and not stick up for his friend?
I don't know. Dr. Ford's made what?
He
Close to
lied.
400,000 in donations already.
The man said he flat out, and all he was saying is this man lied under oath. That's why I spoke up. He lied under oath. That's why I'm speaking up. Is because I believe if you take the oath, if you swear to God, swear on the Bible, you got to tell the truth.
See,
because that's what we're
old
built
school,
off of.
though, man. Like we actually believe in our faith, and when we actually take that
Yeah,
promise,
like that, we fear God.
Yeah, we actually have something to fear. A lot of these people out there, kind of
That's a
fake
great
Christians,
point.
fake Jews, fake whatever, and when they go and they put their hand on the Bible in the courtroom, it doesn't matter to them.
They saw it on the episode of Power.
That's a good. Well, what is it with you and Power?
It's a good show.
They
Way
plugging it
better
left
than
and right
Empire. I
today.
stopped watching Empire.
My goodness.
Empire got boring to me. Sorry, Jesse.
I'll tell you what is a good show is Manifest.
Bro.
Oh.
Yo, Manifest. Have you watched Manifest, Drew?
No,
Bro,
no.
you have
Drew,
got
what
to
are you
watch
doing?
Manifest. This is like Game of
Manifest
Thrones right now.
We so
That's
went
how
off
hot it is
somewhere
right
else
now.
right now.
Um,
We were talking about Kavanaugh, and now we're talking about Manifest.
And
out
I'm
of
just sitting
nowhere.
there smiling.
It manifested out of nowhere, yeah. But no, this TV show Manifest, folks. If you have not seen this TV show, it's based off. It's like a returned, Lost, and like 8 different other shows compiled into one. It's epic, like a Twilight Zone kind of feel. It's really dope.
It's a great show.
Here's the plot of the show. A slave
Spoiler
takes
alert.
off. It's not a spoiler alert, but I'm kind of gonna give you the gist of the show. Family was separated. The flight was overbooked. They offered for vouchers, $400 vouchers. One of the family members' kid was sick. They're paying for treatments. There had been no cure yet found for the treatment, which got to come into play too. You got to watch. But they took a different flight. They hit a storm in midair, just turbulence, real bad storm. The altitude drops the whole 9 to get back. Regular flight. Everybody's clapping their hands when they land. And then they get back, and the guy's like, the FBI agent shows up. They make them land at a completely different airport. And he's like, the problem is you guys have been gone for 5 years.
Kind
Yep.
of reminds me of the old was it Stephen King's Langoliers?
It is a pull off of Langoliers. It's a big mix of different shows, but it's good. Like,
Yeah, it's a really good show. I was glued to it.
I got home the other night and I was like, 10 o'clock, Manifest.
Mm-hmm.
Manifest.
Yeah, I never have time to sit down and watch series. So when I get a chance, I'll sit down and I'll binge watch an entire thing.
You should have told me. I could if I didn't have to go to a meeting after this. Yeah, you could have watched the first 2 episodes of Manifest, sitting right here.
No, I couldn't. I got to go get my little one afterwards.
I tried.
So
I
back
And it's not like Game of Thrones where it's slow. It jumps right in.
back on track. We talked to Kavanaugh. What's your Cosby spiel, bro? You weren't here. I know this one hits you kind of in a different place than the Kavanaugh because you grew up with Cliff Huxtable just like the rest of us did.
Mhm.
So, yeah, bros.
I haven't even really, outside of the fact that Bill Cosby admitted to what he did wrong. A lot of people are trying to pull the card of, well, why is Bill in jail, but nobody else that had these allegations is in jail? Bill Cosby admitted that he did what he did, what he was charged for. Had he not admitted it, the burden of proof is in on the prosecution.
Right.
He admitted it.
Right.
Therefore-
he admit it in a book too.
I'm not sure. I know he admitted it to,
Some
legally.
kind of statement.
He admitted that he did these things. So you do the crime, you pay the time. I'm sorry. It's Bill Cosby. I know it. It's Fat Albert. I get it. It's Cliff Huxtable. I get it. But at the end of the day, these are characters that are played. These are characters that molded the lives of people from our generation. It's my belief that these characters should be back on TV. I don't think you
never
hold
do
these
that.
characters because these characters gave good life lessons.
This is true.
What the man that played the character did is completely different.
Mhm.
These characters, and not just his character in the show, you got Felicia Rashad, you have all these other characters that set great examples and
Taught great family values.
great
Yeah.
family values of how a family is supposed to be built, how you handle certain issues, what you do in certain situations. These shows brought that. This was black TV.
Yep.
And when you look back at it, it's crazy and awesome how progressive those shows
Yeah,
were.
they were
you
far
know?
ahead of their time. The Cosby Show pushed HBCUs into a platform. You saw Savannah State. You saw, Morehouse. You saw all those. they were subliminally recruiting for HBCUs. That doesn't happen anymore.
And then,
Outside of Shannon Sharp on Undisputed.
and then it created a spinoff of a fictional HBCU, Hillman College.
Yeah. So I mean, these are all. I mean, you got a different world still on, but I'm tired of
That
seeing the
was a good
Wayans
one.
brothers. I want to see Cosby. I want to see the original Cosby Show, and I want to see the Cosby Show.
Do that again. Do it again.
Everybody remembers that. Everybody remembers that. Everybody remembers that Cosby Show intro. Come on, don't fake the funk. Y'all know that intro.
like that.
Everybody used to do this when it came on. It was like everybody remembers used to that. Come on now.
You know you love those sweater intros.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Ba, ba, ba,
I'm,
ba, ba, da.
my only thing was, and I said this to Disgrace when we had the conversation.
Ba,
There are too
ba,
many.
ba, ba,
Yeah, that will be stuck in my head now.
ba, da. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Cosby Show, man. It doesn't get old.
But the only thing I said was,
Baby.
it was so. I don't want to say they were so quick. See, they always do this to me when I do that. So, Justin. Yeah, you gotta go back and watch.
If you can find them.
Right, yeah,
YouTube.
I know. You can probably go. Well, they took them off the shelves too. So
It's crazy, man. Put the
But
Cosby Show
I
back
don't-
up.
I don't see-
Change the name to say the Good Family Show. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right.
But okay, perfect example.
One Good Black Family. The show.
Okay, Disgrace, you might know.
What's up?
When we talked about it earlier, did Charlie Sheen get acquitted of his?
He didn't admit it.
So so that case just disappeared.
He never admitted it.
It's still in limbo.
It's still. in
But he
limbo.
never admitted it.
Yeah, it's kind of like with other cases that are going on right now. Once more evidence is brought forward, then local authorities can go further into it. But I think the only thing Charlie Sheen has actually been found guilty of is his drug use.
Yeah. He's never admitted anything else. Bill Cosby was the first one that was like, yeah, I did it. But I'm Bill Cosby. Want some pudding? Just saying. What did he do coming out of the courthouse?
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was great.
Come on.
Did that quick look.
I will say Huggy Lowdown this past Sunday, he had a joke out Bill Cosby. He said the further and further they got into the case, the more and more Bill's eyes shut.
I could.
They said when the case first started, Bill Cosby was good. He was chilling. Then he got to the halfway point after he admitted it. He started doing all the, and then by the time he got his verdict, he had a blind stick and he was literally all completely blind. It was funny how he said it. It's not funny how I said it. But it's not fun to make fun of the blind either. But,
No,
you know.
no.
But yeah,
Matter of fact, seeing that we're on the blind. If a blind man drops his wallet, am I wrong for picking it up? I mean, I did point to it.
and
I guess he didn't hear me.
never laugh. Like just giggle. Just
That's
like
how it
Buddy
used
from
to
the
be.
Tonight Show. Just,
Is there laugh therapy he could take or something?
No.
Yeah.
he needs a laugh transplant.
A laugh
I'm
transplant.
saying he needs something. I'd rather him have like a Roseanne laugh, just bust out loud out the side. You know what I'm saying? What he has.
That was great.
Come on, give him a hocus pocus laugh, something. Yeah. That just doesn't work. So it's Halloween season. Tell me your favorite scary movie. Wait, let me say it the right way. Hold on, let me do it right. Throwback. What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know. I really wasn't a fan of scary movies because when I watched scary movies as a child, I used to always go to sleep and dream about said movie. And
You're
then
gonna
I would have
die.
yeah. So after that, I was never really a big fan of scary movies. If I had to pick a movie that kind of scared or terrified me, it'd probably be Final Destination.
Because it was realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
could
like
see
that.
stuff that could actually
I could
happen.
see that.
After like the
The
sixth
log truck
one.
and everything.
Yeah, it's like stuff. I mean, it's funny because a friend of mine on Facebook posted something about Final Destination. And then like a week later, he actually posted something about a log coming off a truck through somebody's car,
Mhm.
like
It
in
happens.
Upper Georgia.
Yeah.
It does happen.
So like, yeah, that
That's
kind of stuff
terrifying
that
for
could be like
Georgians.
realistic, like could really happen. That scares me more than like fictitious stuff. Like
So Candyman didn't scare you?
I didn't see Candyman.
You never saw Candyman?
No, because I wasn't like really big into those. I didn't
Well, you
like.
do know who
those.
Candyman is, right?
I do know who he is.
That's the whole point of him being in Final Destination. Put 2 and 2 together. Aha.
I'm just saying.
You need more than that
Final
because
Destination scared me more than anything.
Disgrace?
I've got 2 for you on this one.
Okay.
When I was a kid, my scariest movie.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. Good gosh, 3 decades ago. The Blob. Did you guys ever see that?
I've seen The Blob.
The Blob. That scared the crud out of me when I was a little kid. Just something about something that could pass through anything and come get me, silently. Used to terrify me. But my favorite Halloween, I guess, theme movie would have to be Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beetlejuice
definitely.
all day.
Most entertaining Halloween movie, definitely Beetlejuice.
Yes.
I would say my scariest one that I just don't, like a movie that comes on and I just turn the channel, The Ring.
The View? Oh, The Ring.
The Ring. I don't watch The Ring.
I legit used to think like that Ring, if you looked at it, it was like bad things were going to happen.
No,
used
I just
to
don't.
think
It's that sound. It just irks me.
Oh,
Like when the commercials used to come on, I'd be like, all right. Not watching that.
But most of the other ones, like I watch like Dawn of the Dead, stuff like that, Resident Evil. I'll watch that all day.
I love Dawn of the Dead. Love Shaun of the Dead. That was a good one.
Pretty funny. Good movie. It's a good movie.
It's okay.
It was funny for a zombie flick. It was pretty funny. But yeah, it's Halloween time, man.
Yeah, bro.
So parents
This
that
is
are out
Halloween.
there, I don't know if you guys have said this yet, but it being Halloween time, start prepping your candy. Give your kids their own candy. I would. Because
Right.
you can't trust people these days.
Yeah,
Like
you sure
I
can't.
might. You said have a big thing of candy out for the kids. I don't know, man.
You could just give all the kids peppermints and have like a number 2 usher lady standing out in the front of your yard handing out peppermints.
Retta.
Oh,
You can't come in right now. They're praying. Stop chewing gum in the church. Speaking of chewing gum in the church, did I ever tell you this story? I went to JP's church one time. I went to Branded Hearts. And I was chewing gum because it was a new place. I didn't know anybody in there. It's before I had Pella. And my nerves were really bad because I knew no one in there outside of people that were performing in the pulpit or in the choir. So we were sitting in there, and I was chewing gum. Just my nerves are bad. I didn't know anybody. And this lady walks up, literally just taps me on the shoulder and holds a napkin in front of my face.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And my immediate reaction was not church worthy at all. But I had to remember where I was, and I spit the gum out. As soon as that service was over, I was like, JP, yo nurse rolled up on me, popped up out of nowhere, and stuck a napkin in front of my face for my gum. She just doesn't know. You don't do that to people. Like, it was crazy. You don't do that because it startled me.
Yeah.
That could have went real bad.
But she didn't know you were
Violent.
Yeah. I mean, everybody I had this discussion the other day. At the end of the day, everybody in the military, if you've gone through basic training, if you've done certain things through your military career, you're trained to be a violent person. That's inbred in you. That doesn't go away. Flick of the switch, it's right there. People need to understand that are outside of the military life. Stop bothering us. Leave us alone. Pay us more. Sorry.
wow.
No, I saw
again.
No. I saw an article the other day. A Gold Star wives or widows are complaining now to Congress because they have not gotten a raise since 1993. Gold Star wives or widows are the widows of servicemen and servicewomen that have been killed in action. And they receive 55%, some receive 45% of the military pay at the time when they were killed in action, when a service member was killed in action. They've not gotten a raise since 1993. We get a raise annually in the military.
Goodness.
Why have they not gotten a raise?
Right?
Questions that need to be
late 90s,
answered.
we're still at like 80 to 90 cents a gallon of gas, man. Like,
I miss them days. I could get gas out of my ashtray.
When somebody said I got $5 if you take me out of Southside, it's like let's
I
go.
am
Yeah.
$5, we're going to California
Yeah, if you
from
got a
Georgia.
Geo.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Geo Metro.
Is there a California, Georgia?
Ford
somewhere?
Aspire.
Ford what?
Ford Probe.
Oh, what
I
was
saw
that?
a Ford Probe the
What
other
was
day
that?
driving
What-
down Abercorn. I was like, ooh, what are you
What was
thinking?
that
There's
car
still
you
a
said before
surviving Probe.
Probe?
There was no hood on the car.
What was that car you said before
The
Probe?
Ford Aspire. Remember that? It was Ford's version of the Geo Metro.
What's it called again?
The Aspire. They aspired to create a good vehicle. and
Aspire.
failed.
JP
No power
showing his
steering.
maturity right now.
I got you.
Those were rental cars back in the day, the Ford Aspires.
Yeah.
No power steering at all. It was terrible. There's 1 minute of air coming out of JP right now. He can't control himself.
Ford Aspire. Aspire.
That was the name of the car. Have you seen? You know what car we're talking about, right? You couldn't put anything in that
just
car.
like
That
the
was
name-
like
the
a
name is funny to
1995
me.
smart car.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really was.
The name is
There was
funny
no
to me,
crumple
I'm
zone.
You were the crumple zone.
Yeah, it's crazy. You aspired to be the crumple zone. Yes.
sorry. Aspire.
Oh man, kind of missed y'all for a little bit.
Man, we missed you, man. We're glad to see you on the show today, and hope to
I
see
won't
you
be on
soon.
Friday. I'm going back to Radio Land.
God. What you talking about? No. Boy.
Hi, fella.
And Pella's
Hey,
back
Pella.
too.
Man, we're having a good time, man. So, you know, you guys make sure you guys keep supporting the Sean Brown Show. Support Speaking the Mic. If you guys have an event coming up, you need a DJ, you need a host, you need an MC, you need a drummer, you need a pianist. Let us know. We'll get you squared away. If we can get JP on the team, we'll get a drummer. But let us know what you guys need. We've got 3 different DJs on team right now. You got an EDM DJ, you got a top 40 hip hop DJ, and then you have a full out trap hip hop DJ and DJ Protocol. So by all means, please get in contact with us and book us now. We are already booked for New Year's Eve.
Hey,
one
there
of
we
us
go.
are.
There we go.
So
Nice.
Yeah, we got
Excited
a
about
show on the 12th.
yes.
Wormhole, little
Well,
drum and bass show for any of you, any drum and bass fans.
October 20th, I'll be out at Empire Game Center. They're holding an open mic poetry slam. The prizes are being awarded.
Hey.
So make sure you come out and have a good time. I'll be on the 1s and 2s and providing sound for Speaking the Mic. So
You be spinning some jazz for them.
no, I
No,
don't.
no.
I don't spin jazz at
spin
Empire.
jazz?
I actually give them a good hip hop neo soul feel. So, but depending on the crowd, that's where I go. So, but yeah, big things. Savannah State football's in action this Saturday against Charleston Southern, but not conference action.
Dang. How enthusiastic are you about that game?
Right?
Because the person.
Savannah State's in football
well,
action against Charleston.
Oh, you know what I forgot to say that I can say now because he no longer works at Savannah State. Sterling Stewart has finally left Savannah State. The athletic director that absolutely ruined the athletic department is gone.
Ooh,
Thank
shots
God. We can build forward and build Savannah State athletics to where it needs to be.
Hey, I like to hear that.
That was my stop the bus right there. Gotta go. I got a meeting to go to. Hey, man, appreciate y'all having me in studio, man.
Hey, you're welcome, bro. This
Y'all
is
keep
your
doing big things.
studio.
Thank you for
Congratulations.
attending your own show.
Congratulations on your success, JP.
Thank you,
And
man.
keep
Appreciate-
G100savannah.com.
We found out. I don't know if you guys heard the story before we go. You can cue the music. This is real quick.
I'm going to
I don't know
Starbucks.
if you. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard about the guy that was missing in Georgetown.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Is he still missing?
No, he's not still missing. But unfortunately, that was one of my coworkers at Toyota. So
I knew he looked
so
familiar. Yeah.
So the vibe at Toyota right now is kind of really dismal right now. So just us at Toyota, just hit the turn.
Wait.
So, but yeah,
We're not ending on a negative note.
keep him in your prayers. Oh, I got
For those
I
of
got
y'all that
one
didn't
for
know, it's Double Star Wednesday at Starbucks.
you. Hey, come get it.
Gotta go.
Damn you.
All right, guys. We'll see you Friday.
We'll see you Friday, man. Love yourselves. Love one another.
Peace, love, and chicken grease.
We'll holla.
Listen, SB with the truth, it might piss your mind. And JP hit you with reality all the time. The way to keep it all the way 100. It
Fat
should
back.
be a crime, sports, news, politics. On the show you will find conversation grown. Opinions, they not alone. Savannah be the home. They coming straight for your dome. It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.
Smooth on the track.
Smooth like Gary Coleman.
Aspire, bitches.